What is up, YouTube family? It is your girl GC the Trader, and we are back with another weekly breakdown, you guys. I hope y'all had an amazing last week of February. Hope y'all in the month strong, was able to secure in some profits. As you can see, I did something different today with the intro. Haven't did this in a minute, but we are outside in nature, soaking everything up. It is Saturday, February 28th. It is the last day of February and also the last day of Black History Month. So happy Black History Month to all my melanated beings out there. But yeah, you guys, I just want to do something that I haven't did in a minute since the beginning of my videos, which was, do an intro outside, get out in nature, just enjoy the views and enjoy the beauty around me. As you can tell from the thumbnail, your girl had one of those weeks. This is actually my first red week in a very long time. Um, and when I say my first red week in a very long time, I've had other red weeks like two losing days, and those was probably the only days I was able to catch a setup. But I mean, I traded 4 days this week, all L's, you guys. And the crazy thing is, uh, I think four of those trades I took, I could have made my money back if I would have just took a second trade. But that's neither here nor there. It's already happened. So yeah, you guys, I'm not gonna take up too much of y'all time. Just want to show y'all the beauty around me, and let's get to this video breakdown, you guys. All right, you guys, let's get started. Okay, this was Monday, the 23rd. Let me look at my journal to see what setup I took. It was a supply, and I did a little ICC confluence with it as well. And let me extend this so y'all can actually see. And if I'm not mistaken, I took this setup on my 1 minute. So let me go to my 1 minute to make sure. All right, yep. All right, took this on my 1 minute, you guys. I was looking for a break and retest of my 8-8-15 zone right here. Price did give me a midpoint tap, but as you can see, we only pushed up a few ticks, and then we blew right through that, you guys. So that was the end of my buy bias for the day. I went ahead and saw that we was doing some confluences to the downside. We was given the bottom of my zone tap. We tapped that quite a few times, but as you can see, it wasn't a good enough momentum in the beginning, and then we had a very strong key level right here, as you can see, that London low. So price just did not want to break past that London low completely, fully. It retested it several times. I was targeting, I believe this was my Asian low, if I'm not mistaken. If it wasn't my Asian low, it was a key level from the previous day. But yeah, this is what I was targeting. Let me make sure. Yeah, 16 for 40 ticks. Wasn't really being greedy. It was Monday. And as you can see, price, I got in right here. Once price gave me a past this lower low it formed, I entered in. Price consolidated. It ranged for a bit before retracing up and hitting this supply zone and knocking me out of the trade, you guys. The only reason why I took this trade was this was the supply zone I had marked up. Price broke from it, created a broke structure, came up and retested. I took the entry once price passed this lower low, only because price did not invalidate my zone, you guys. So as you can see, my zone was very much still valid. So once I got that push down and it made another low, I decided to go ahead and enter. But price wanted to retest it a few more times, and then boom, went right in my favor, you guys. So I took an L that Monday. I did not trade again because Mondays, one trade, win or lose, walk away. Wasn't too much mad about this setup, especially once it broke through my key level and it gave me several retests. I really thought we was good when we pushed down for that third time. But yeah, we took a loss. That loss was about $204. Gonna put my P&L right here. Excuse me, you guys. I'm gonna put my P&L right there so you guys can see it. So yeah, would I take this trade again? Yes, I would. I mean, I waited. I didn't jump the gun. I waited for the retest. It retested several times, but we don't know when how many times price wants to retest the area before it decides to move against us or with us. But in this case, it moved against us to move with us. So I will take this trade again. The next trade happened. I didn't trade Asian session, which I told you I'm trading Asian session with my $50,000 account. So these losses was on my $150,000 account, and we're gonna go over those trades before I go over the trades I took on my $50,000 account, you guys. But if I'm not mistaken, I don't believe I traded Monday. I let Monday chill for Asian session. So the next trade was Tuesday, you guys. So let's go to Tuesday, same time. Yeah. So let me straighten this out so y'all can see it. All right, as y'all can see, this trade was an L. All the trades you're about to see are an L. So yeah, don't be expecting any green ones anytime soon, you guys. But yeah, this was a breaker retest. Took a sell. Came in. Noticed a lot of buying power above my zone. We did consolidate within my zone quite a bit, but it did respect my high and low of that zone. Then it broke through. It was giving me buy power, so I was expecting buys, especially at that 9:30 open. But as you can see, once New York opened up, our sellers came in and just pushed it, pushed it, pushed it, and invalidated my zone for buy. So I was pretty much done looking at buys. I got a retest of this area right before price pushed to the downside, which was probably a few minutes before 9:30 because this was my 9:30 candle. So this was the candle right before 9:30. Price did give me several midpoint taps right here, as you can see, and it gave me about two end of my zone taps. But I was looking for a midpoint tap to the downside, especially when we blew through this key level right here. I really thought we was going to be in sales for today, but as you can see, price hit my midpoint. I entered. It gave a nice rejection, so that just really confirmed my sales even more for myself. So I entered, and as you can see, the next candle 1 minute later immediately stopped us out, you guys. And I believe on this trade I took an L. It was $250. No, $254 after the fees of my account. So it's Tuesday. I take two trades on Tuesday. So I waited. And the crazy thing, you guys, it gave me a retest to the midpoint. And I think I left ES and went and looked at gold. And once I was looking at gold, this move ended up happening. And when I was coming back in, we were literally, I think, like right here or right here. And I was like, price had already left without me. But yeah, it did a beautiful break and retest to the upside. This would have been, I believe, 60 ticks or 48 ticks. Either way, it would have hit both of my 3-to-1s for the risk amount that I wanted, and could have made back this L plus some, but I decided to go look at gold and see what gold was doing. So yeah, and it was several demand setups within this break and retest that would have just better confirmed that I was in a good direction for today, you guys. But I just waited, was patient. Price broke through this key level. I believe this was an Asian high. Price broke through this key level and made me a new high. And there was a gap right here, you guys. And I was just like, okay, okay. Price retested the gap several times. Once it retested the gap again and gave me my breaker structure of the previous candle, I entered into the trade, you guys. It did consolidate a little bit in my red, but then it gave me a nice push to the upside. So I was like, all right, we were good. And then yeah, price just kept consolidating, kept consolidating, and it dropped and knocked me out the trade. What I did was how I messed up on this trade. I mean, was that price broke through this key level, which for me it was a key level only because it was a strong resistance area that price had been holding for a while, and then it was a gap above the resistance area. So I was like, okay, perfect. If price taps the gap in my resistance area, I'm gonna enter. But once I noticed price kept rejecting off of the gap, I was like, okay, it's a lot of buyers right here. I jumped the gun and I entered into the trade early instead of waiting for price to do exactly what it did here, which is what I wanted to do: come down, uh, and validate the gap just to respect the gap because I knew it was a strong resistance area right here. And boom, that would have been all she wrote. I could have got in right here and boom, would have hit my TP. Didn't take this trade, but I did mark it down because this was the move I was supposed to wait for. This was the price action. But when I seen all these wicks, and um, I'm gonna add some videos, not some videos, but I'm gonna add some pictures on the screen so y'all can see why I did it in real time. Price kept rejecting off of my 13. See, I had a gap right here. Price rejected once, rejected twice, 13. Rejected 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times. Came back through, end up reversing back through. 9, 10, 11. It rejected 11 times. That is why I held my bias, and that is why I kept my stop loss right here and didn't move it to break even, because price just kept rejecting off of my 13, and everyone knows your 13 EMA is your trend EMA, and it just kept staying underneath price. It kept staying underneath price. So that was just better confirming for me that okay, we may not give a full respect of the gap. Price may just take off. So that's why I entered right when I did instead of waiting for price to give me a good enough bullish buy, especially when it gave me this bearish order block right here. Well, bullish order block right here. So yeah, you guys, this was the better trade. This is what I should have waited for. And yeah, this would have been, I should have took this trade, but then that would have been 3 trades, which would have been breaking my rules. So yeah, we took 2 L's for the day. I'm gonna put the P&L for this trade. This trade, the P&L, my loss was $200. Ended up being $204 after taxes. Well, after fees, you guys. So yeah, this was a supply and demand trade with the gap in confluence. Would I take it again? Yes, I would. It was with the trend. It had a gap. It had multiple rejections off of my 13, and my other 2 EMAs was below price. So I would take this trade again. It just so happened it was too many other magnets for price underneath where I entered at as to why this trade just did not go in my favor. But yeah, you guys, that was Tuesday's trade. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe I did trade Asian session, but we're going to go over those trades after we finish up with the $150,000 account. So for this day, you guys, Tuesday, I actually lost $458, which has been my biggest losing day since I went live 9 months ago. So I've been trading a year officially, but I went live 9 months ago. So yeah, you guys, Tuesday was my biggest losing day in a minute. All right, my next trade was on Wednesday. We did take a trade on Wednesday, you guys. So let's go to that. Was it let me see. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that trade on Wednesday was on gold. So let's go over here, you guys. Let's go to my gold trade that I took. Here we go, you guys. So this was the gold trade I took. I actually took this on my 3-minute. So let's go to the 3-minute chart. There we go. So yeah, you guys, I was looking at ES and gold on Wednesday. I was not really looking how the price action was on ES, so I seen a clean um bullish trend building on gold. So I decided to see if I can catch a supply and demand on gold, you guys. So initially coming into, I was looking at my 5 minute chart, and this was a 5 minute demand I marked up. But I was hoping for price to tap into this 5 minute demand before it took out my London high. But it ended up taking out my London high before it retested this 5 minute demand. Now, yes, gold is very good at respecting supply demand, especially if it's a multiple time frame zone. And this so happened to be a 3 minute, 15 minute, and 5 minute. But I was kind of ignoring that multiple time frame zone after we broke through this um this London high, only because sometimes when gold breaks through highs, it will respect the immediate demand or supply zone that broke structure before it took that high, and sometimes gold will respect that break of structure zone, go up a little bit or go up a nice little amount, and then come back down and retest that multiple time frame zone. So if anybody really knows gold, it'll make a high, come back and retest that break of structure zone that made that new higher low, make another higher low, and then come back down, break through a couple zones, then retest the higher time, not a higher time frame, but retest the multiple time frame zone, and then go make a higher high or another lower low. You get what I'm saying? So gold kind of has like a lot of up and down action before it makes its official move. So based off of that, I predicted that gold would, reject and retest off of this 3 minute demand that broke structure, go a little higher just to come back down here. But as you can see, price did give me 1, 2, 3 rejections. So when it gave me those 1, 2, 3 rejections, I hopped in on that third rejection that broke the body of my doji candle right here. So this doji candle right here, once price broke the body of that, I entered into the trade. And as you can see, you guys, 2, 3 minutes later, I was stopped out just for price to give 1, 2, 3 rejections off of this multiple time frame zone and take off, you guys. So this was Wednesday. I only take one trade on Wednesday, so I did not enter into this second setup, even though I had this marked up. So yeah, you guys definitely could have made back our money plus some on this trade. And if I'm not mistaken, I was risking 2 contracts of $100 for 3. So yeah, that would have been $600. Would have made back that 2, walked away with a $400 profit, you guys. And I'm gonna explain my psychology for the week at the end of this video, because I probably already know what you guys are saying, and I've peeped that too. So yeah, you guys, this was Wednesday. I'm gonna put my P&L right here for you guys to see that. Yeah, we lost 204 after taxes, you guys. So because I had took 3 back-to-back red days on my $150,000 account going into going into Thursday, I decided that I was not gonna trade my $150,000 account, and I really couldn't trade it anyways because I ended up having a client, so I had to go to work. You guys, so I had to go do an appointment, so I really couldn't really trade on Thursday, anyways. So it just so happened that when a client ended up booking on Wednesday after that loss, I just went ahead and accepted the client for Thursday, because that'll help me better not trade and stick to my plan of 3 back-to-back winning days or 3 back-to-back losing days. I do not trade that fourth day, just to give my nervous system a break. You get what I'm saying? 3 days of back-to-back winning, you can be on a high horse. 3 days of back-to-back losing, your psyche can be a little, little ruffled right now. So I decided to use that fourth day to chill. So I went ahead and booked the client so that way I can follow my rules. So we did not take any trades on Thursday, you guys, but we did take a trade on Friday. And yes, it was on S&P. So let me go back to my S&P chart. And yes, let's go. And for this trade, I was trying a new entry model, not a new strategy, but a new entry model because I've peeped some things about the way I trade. So I was using a new entry model to enter my same strategy trades. So coming into the session, I did have, dang, let me see. I did have my break and retest marked up, but yeah, I did have my break and retest marked up, but I deleted it because it was just too much going on my chart. But once I seen price break this far before we even got to the New York Open, and then I saw price playing around at my 930, it just wouldn't go any higher than my 930. Excuse me, guys. I decided that I wasn't gonna too much worry about breaking retest for Friday because the odds of price coming back up to the zone after all this and actually validating the zone was going to be very, very, very unlikely. Well, normally when price breaks this strong and stays down, once it does come back to that order block, it's going to blow right through it. It's not going to respect it anymore. So once I seen price do all this and it took out a key level, I wasn't too much worried about price respecting my zone anymore. So I noticed price a little bit after 9:30 breaking through my key level. So once I saw price breaking through my key level, I was waiting for a displacement past my key level to go into my favor. I was going to take a retest of that displacement and I was going to take it to the upside because this was strong right here. This was strong reversal signals for me. So, and I waited until after 9:40, which was normally whatever price was doing before that time. Price starts to determine if it wants to reverse at 9:40 or if it wants to continue in the direction it was going in before 9:40. So once I see price gave me this strong bullish confirmation at 9:44, 9:45, I decided to entered on that whatever that next candle did. I was going to use that as my retest. That next candle ended up being a bullish doji and I should have ignored it, but I ended up using it as my displacement candle. And yeah, well, no, I used the candle before it. That's what it was, you guys. I used this candle as my displacement candle and I actually had this marked up. And then once price came to retest and broke past this doji candle, I entered in, and you guys, the trade actually went pretty good. I was going for a 1 to 3, a 3 to 1. Honest and truly, you guys, if I wouldn't have been greedy, this is where price tapped at, if I'm not mistaken, right here. Where was it at? Like yeah, price would have gave me a nice little 1 to 1.5 if I wasn't being like just too greedy, you guys, on this day. But yeah, I definitely should have adjusted, but due to my rules, I wait till that first pullback for price for me to adjust my stop loss. And it just so happens that in this case, price pulled back a little bit too rough. And yeah, it just retested this key level multiple times before it decided to go up higher. What should have happened was instead of me using this candle as my displacement candle, this was the candle that was my displacement candle. This was the candle that gave me that strong buying power. And look, it even broke structure and it even gave me a gap. So I seen all of this happening, you guys. I marked it up. I was like, all right, price is going to retest it. Price retested it. Look, I got a 13 EMA right here. Price rejected off of that 13 beautifully. You guys, boom, would have got in at the break of that retest, most retest candle, which was that bullish hammer a little bit. Would have got in, boom, all she wrote, you guys. Would have made back my loss that I got right here. But because it was Friday, and Fridays is a one trade day, I did not take that trade, you guys. But could have made back that money had it marked up. Just wanted to keep that marked up so you guys could see that yes, I did observe market and saw what a better move happened. So what I like to do it doesn't matter if I lose. I don't just journal my trade and lock my computer down. I wait to see if a better move would have came and if I should have waited for that move, or if I would have, even been in the mindset to see the move happen. And in this case, yes, had this all pre-marked up, and all she wrote, she did exactly what I wanted to happen. You know what I'm saying? So as you can see, yeah, you guys, for this trade, it ended up being $204 after taxes, and yeah, this was a red week, you guys. If I'm not mistaken, that total on my $150,000 count that I lost was like 1,100. I'm gonna put my P&L calendar for the whole month right here, so you can see that we lost about $1,300 for the month, you guys. This was my biggest losing month ever. Like, since I've been live trading, since I've been back testing, since everything. This has been my biggest losing day ever. But what I can tell you is this has been the best month of psychology I've had in a very, 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 very long time. And it's crazy how my biggest losing month is also the month where I had the best psychology. You get what I'm saying? Like, I realized the trades where I jumped the gun. I realized the trades where I messed up. I shouldn't have took that trade, and you knew you shouldn't have took that trade. So it was just like these L's came with so much understanding. It came with so much. Now I should have waited for the better move, and then I was able to catch the better move. Just didn't take it live. Like I showed y'all, 4 of these trades had another winning trade markup on the chart from which y'all could see. And the other trades that I went over that actually would have made my money back, but I did not take the trade due to certain rules that I gave myself. And this week on my $50,000 account, because we're about to get ready to go over the $50,000 account trades, you guys. But what I learned about myself on this $50,000 account trading is that I don't have a discipline problem. I don't have an over trading problem. I don't have an over leveraging problem. I don't have an emotional trading problem. I don't have a fear of missing out trade problem. My problem is execution, and not necessarily executing the right trades, but executing the wrong trades. And then also what I learned too was that my one trade a day is not a bad thing, and that I don't need to get rid of it, but I need to do surgery on it. I need to perfect it. Basically, I'm wasting my bullet on the wrong target. So it's like I use my one trade a day, that trade loses, but I spot another winning setup that's forming that I should have waited on. I predicted what's going to happen, and then it actually happens, but I don't take the trade because, one, I fear that, hey, sometimes I don't want to take 2 losses unless it's a 2L day. Like, if it's a 2 trade day, I'm okay with taking 2 losses. But if I designated this a 1 trade day for me, I don't like breaking my rules. It makes me feel some type of way. You feel what I'm saying? If I take that trade and it ends up losing, then it'll be messing with my psyche because I wasn't supposed to take that trade anyways, because it's a 1 trade day. But I'm wasting my bullets on the wrong target. So I realize a lot of my losing trades is because I entered too early. But then immediately after I lose a trade, I spot the winning setup forming, and I don't take it because of my rules. So yeah, you guys, moving forward, instead of me telling myself I have a 1 trade day per day, is going to be 1 A+ setup trade per day. You get what I'm saying? So if I break my rules and I take that trade, then I'm done for the day. No trades. But if I'm following my rules and it's an A+ setup and it still loses, then I have to take the next trade. If it's a winning setup, if it's like, if the market structure is with me, if it's with the trend, if it's lining up with all my other rules that I gave for my entry criteria, I have to take that trade. So it's like, I've noticed that about myself. Like, I can lose a trade, but I can immediately spot where the winning trade is about to form, where I should have waited, but I don't take it. So, I have great discipline. I just need to work on executing that discipline on the right setups. So moving forward, it's going to be no more 1 trade a day. It's 1 A+ setup a day. And if I haven't got that A+ setup, I'm going to take another trade. You get what I'm saying? So Yeah, you guys, that's what I learned about myself today as far as this red week, this red month. Like I thought I would be mad, but I'm not even mad because this is one of my biggest losings months so far. But that lets me know if I can lose this much, I can win this much. And each time you lose a new amount, that's your nervous system being prepared to win that same amount. Because I've lost hundreds of dollars in the past amounts. I've also gained that amount as well. So this is my first time losing over $1,000. So what they tell you guys, that means I'm about to start winning over $1,000. That's just the mindset I have for myself. What you can lose is what you can win. So yeah, you guys, let's get into these trades on my $50,000 account, you guys. All right, you guys. All of my $50,000 account trades, pardon me, took place Asian session. So, and they were all on gold, you guys. So, I like to trade gold mainly during the Asian session, just because anybody that know gold move like she on crack during New York session. No disrespect. Baby girl can give, but she could take as well. So that trade I lost on gold. But as you can see, if you be patient with gold, you can catch a winning setup even after you lost. And I was able to spot a winning setup immediately after I took that L on gold, you guys. Just so happened that it was a Wednesday. I wasn't even about to play with gold on a Wednesday. But if you're patient, it can happen. So yeah, you guys, this was on my $50,000 account. This was on gold, and this was on Tuesday, you guys. So coming into it, I saw that we had a nice. I believe this was a 5 minute, if I'm not mistaken. We had a nice 5 minute, what you call it, supply zone that had formed right at the top that gave us our New York high for the previous day. So I had that marked up along with this key level slash resistance level. And coming into the Asian session, when I noticed that price failed to be able to take out that New York low. Normally, whatever price fails to take out in that start of the next session is going to reverse to the next key level. So if it was on a down and when Asian opened up, it refused to take out that New York low, then it's gonna reverse to go to that New York high. Or if at the open of Asian it decided it wanted to go and take out that New York high but failed to do so, then it would reverse and it would have came down here to take out that New York low. But when I saw all these wicks and price failing to make me a lower low, and take out that New York low. I knew we were good for buys. We just had to wait for price to give us that. I wasn't trying to be greedy when I took this trade because overall we were still within a bearish trend. And sometimes when we're in a bearish trend, price will go bullish just so it can go more bearish. So I wasn't trying to be greedy. I really didn't know what price was going to do once it took out this New York high. Didn't even know it would take out the New York high actually, because sometimes Asian session can consolidate before it takes out any highs or lows, and sometimes Asian session will take out no highs and lows. The highs and lows will be taken out during London. London will take out the Asian low or high and then take out another New York low or high if it has enough momentum in the market to do so. So I didn't think that gold would move the way it did, but probably should have figured because this was another key level right above it. And normally, when gold has two key levels so close together, it will blow through one key level to get to the other key level. And as you can see, what I thought gold would do here, it ended up doing after it broke through those two key levels. But yeah, you guys, it gave me a strong 3 minute demand. That was also a 5 minute demand. I got my retest. I waited for price to break past my retest candle, and I only do that if I have smaller candles within that retest. So because this was the biggest candle, my retest candle, I just sometimes like to wait for price to break past that candle before entering. Price broke back. Price broke past that key level a little bit. It ended up retracing because we have another 3 minutes on that form right there, which, if I'm not mistaken, was also a 5 minute. And Price came to retest it before shooting to full TP. I believe this trade we end up winning. Let me see. $204, but after taxes, I think it was like 202.80. I'm gonna put my P&L right here for the trade so you can see. But yeah, we end up winning $200, and I think that was my first trade of the week on gold on my 50,000 account, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. Yeah, because I did not trade gold. I didn't trade Asian session on Monday. I normally try to leave Sunday Asian session and Monday Asian session alone sometimes. Just let the noise of the beginning week start and just, die out a little bit. But oh snap, you guys. I just realized it. I only traded my $50,000 account once this week. Yeah, I had a lot of clients this week, you guys. So, due to me having a lot of clients, I wasn't able to trade my Asian session as much because what I do, it does take a lot out of me. When I do it, I'll be on my feet for some time. So it's just like it does take a lot out of me. So sometimes when I get home, I be tired. I just been wanting to chill with my wife, blow a little something back and unwind for the night, and not necessarily have to work my brain after I done already worked my brain in my body. So I try to just like relax and chill and try not to go too much in mental fatigue. So yeah, you guys, we only ended up taking one trade on gold, you guys, and on our $50,000 account, and that was the winning trade. So yeah, put my P&L for the month on my $50,000 account. So as you can see, we're up like $149 on my $50,000 account, but we are down $1,300 for the month on my $150,000 account and $1,100 for the week on my $150,000 account. So yeah, you guys, this was a tough week, but I'm pretty sure, as y'all can hear, it doesn't sound like it in my voice. Like, yeah, like I was fine. I went out and spent money after losing 1,100, so I wasn't too much worried about the losses. Like I said, I comprehended every loss. I knew why those trade losses lost when they lost. I watched the market to see the better setup, the setup I was supposed to take, the setup that followed my rules. So moving forward, if I jump the gun on the trade, if I can spot another setup that's worth it, I'm gonna take it. So I'm done with the one trade a day rule. It's one A plus setup a day. If I catch that one A plus setup immediately, I'm done. I do that anyways. If my first trade is a winning day, on my two trade day, I walk away. Just because it's like I'm not trying to, right now in this moment, make millions. When I get to that point when I'm trying to secure millions, which is what I want to do, then yeah, I'll start checking more trades a day after I done won. But right now, I'm trying to pass my fundings, get that first payout, and then we can move on from there. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah, you guys, this losing month was the best trading month I had. And the reason why I say it's the best trading month I had is because this is the first losing month where I know exactly why I lost every single trade. And then after losing those trades, I was able to stay and watch the chart, keep my head together, keep my focus, and actually catch a winning setup afterwards, regardless if I even took the setup. I was able to keep my mind together. So that's letting me know that sometimes my best move is my second move. So not to take myself out of the game before I see if there's a second rule, a second move for me to even take. So I also noticed too that I'm very good at reversals as well. So, I may, look into, tweaking my strategy and doing it for reversals, still taking my same supply and demand, my same, with ICC confluence and my break and retest. But, just, doing it in a different way. You get what I'm saying? The same break and retest of my zone, but the reverse of it. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm very good, that I've noticed, of catching reversals. When I back test, if I lose a trade, and the crazy thing is when I back test and I lose the trade, I take the opposite direction in the reversal and I end up making my money back. But I don't do that live. So it's just like sometimes your discipline can be your hindrance. And I know that sounds crazy to say, like, how can your discipline be your hindrance? Because of how disciplined I am, I'm not allowing my edge and my probability to play out. And normally, sometimes my edge and probability plays out in my second move. And one thing I noticed about me, if I didn't had back to back red days, if those red days was due to good trades and they still just lost, I can make that money back at the end of the week plus some. But one thing I noticed too, if those losing trades were bad trades that I never should have took, it messes with my psychology. And it causes me to hesitate. It causes me not to jump into another trade because I don't want to take two losses. And sometimes I have a bias anchoring. Like I can lose on a buy and sometimes be scared to take the reversal into sales even though I see it forming because I don't want to take two losses sometimes, especially if it's not on a two trade day. So there's a lot of things I peeped about myself this month. It's a lot of things I realized. I found a trading style that I have, and I also peeped my edge going into the new month, you guys. So I'm ready for March. I'm ready to really perfect what it is that I've been noticing and seeing about myself, you guys. So, hey, I'm cool with this red month. I'm cool with this red week. It's fine. My nervous system is prepared. My nervous system is ready for the next level. And hey, the losses isn't gonna stop. They're just gonna get bigger. But what that mean? You win big. The losses isn't gonna stop. The losses is just gonna get bigger. So if you lose big, that means you're gonna win big. So hey, that's neither here nor there. That's last week. That's last month. We're coming into a new month. We got a new mindset, and we are ready to take charge. So you guys, thank you for sitting down with me, listening to me yap, listen to me go over my trades. I hope you had an amazing week. I hope y'all was able to make some money, lock in those profits. But if not, hey, March starts tomorrow. We can get ourselves together, see what this new month has a hold for us. And hey, we still got how many months left in this? How many months left? If I'm not mistaken, I believe 9. So yeah, we still have 9 months left if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, you guys, let's keep our head, let's keep our focus, let's get prepared. I love y'all. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. And until next time, your girl GC the Trader is out.